Welcome to Revenue's online presentation about the new RCT system, which will change the way principal contractors and subcontractors will engage with Revenue. This presentation will focus on how the system will operate from the principal's perspective. This online information session is part of a series of information sessions being organised by Revenue to communicate the main changes to the RCT system and how contractors, particularly principals, will be impacted. These informational videos are not intended to provide the complete detail on the new RCT system. The information provided in these videos is based on draft RCT regulations and new legislation. They require ministerial order to come into effect. While every effort is made to ensure the information in these videos is accurate, they are not a legal document. Please visit the Revenue website for more comprehensive information on the new RCT system. This suite of 8 videos is made up of the following. 1. This video is an introduction to the online information session. 2. Engaging with Revenue electronically. 3. Contract notification. 4. Payment notification and deduction authorization. 5. Deduction summary and periodic return. 6. Subcontractors. 7. Transitional arrangements. And 8. Preparing for the new system. Revenue has redesigned the RCT system so that it operates more efficiently and reduces opportunity for fraud, particularly repayment fraud. In a nutshell, we are moving from the current paper-based system to an electronic system, which will be available through ROS. All principal contractors, or agents working on their behalf, must engage electronically with Revenue. After the 31st of December this year, there will be no other option for engaging with Revenue. This obligation does not apply to subcontractors. All paper forms are being withdrawn. There will be no forms RCT 46, RCT 47, RCTDCs, RCT 48, RCT 30, RCT 35, or C2 cards in the new system. There will be 3 RCT rates, 0, 20 and 35. The standard rate will be reduced from 35% to 20% and there will be no interim repayments to subcontractors. Subject to ministerial order, the full system will go live on the 1st of January 2012. These changes will impact on both resident and non-resident contractors in construction, forestry and meat processing sectors. From the 28th of November this year, principals can begin notifying contracts to Revenue. RCT is very much a paper-based system generating over 1 million pieces of paper a year and is resource-intensive both from the customer's and Revenue's perspective. It was therefore ideal for some form of automation. The introduction of the VAT reverse charge in September 2008 substantially reduced the VAT liability of most subcontractors. It was therefore recommended that the RCT rate be reduced from 35% to 20%, which would represent a truer reflection of the subcontractor's liabilities. This recommendation was approved by the Department of Finance. In June this year, Phase 3 of mandatory e-filing included all companies, partnerships and certain self-employed individuals. In view of the mandatory e-filing agenda, it was considered that the time was right to move RCT to a self-service electronic system. ROS went live in September 2000 and has become one of the best online tax systems in the world. The operational benefits for businesses and Revenue in the new system include the removal of the bulk of paper from the system and moving it to electronic automated channels. In addition, certain processes will be eliminated altogether. For example, the application process for payment cards and the submission of the annual RCT 35 return. The information provided electronically by principals will be used to automatically update the tax records of principals and subcontractors and also pre-populate the periodic deduction summary which will become the return. Only one RCT rate will apply to a subcontractor at any point in time. All principals engaging the subcontractor will be obliged to apply this rate to payments for that subcontractor. The new RCT processes can be integrated into accounting systems, giving businesses more control and confidence in the accuracy of RCT data. Overall, the new system should reduce the administrative burden for both principals and subcontractors. Besides the cash flow benefit in the reduction of the standard rate from 35% to 20%, subcontractors will find it easy to manage their affairs from an RCT perspective. There will be no paper forms in the new system. You may use the ROS online or offline applications or your own in-house accounting system if it is compatible with the new RCT system. Irrespective of which option or combination of options you choose, you must be registered for ROS unless your agent will undertake all RCT functions on your behalf. All data submitted to Revenue through ROS will be held on Revenue systems and will be accessible at any time through ROS. However, principals are still obliged to keep their own records. The new system will consist of the following. Contract notification. This involves notification of contract details to Revenue online. Payment notification. Immediately before you pay a subcontractor, you will be obliged to notify Revenue of the payment online. Deduction authorization. In response to the payment notification, Revenue will issue a deduction authorization which will confirm the subcontractor's rate and what tax, if any, you should deduct from the payment. And deduction summary, periodic return. The deduction summary will be pre-populated based on payment notification data supplied during the relevant period, month or quarter, and will be issued to you at the end of the return period. If required, you can amend the deduction summary before filing it.